we've got a rainbow on the way to fishing this morning. So, A, it's a sign that it's a little bit of a rainy day, but B, hopefully it's a good sign. It's a promise of good things to come when we hit the water.
Hey there, how's it going? So today I am fishing yet another new stream. This one is really known for trout, but I'm up here looking for smallmouth and maybe some northern pike. Supposedly there's some pike in here. Today I have with me the YLT Tank 150 on the Obsession Mojo bass rod. I haven't done a single cast with this rod yet, so this is basically trial run. The water is, I assume that this is a little elevated from normal. It does seem a little swift. There's some good color to the water, which could be really good for fishing actually. So, and we'll start with top water and just, I got my normal assortment of smallmouth baits, Nico stuff, Hellgrammites, leeches, and probably some swim baits and spinner baits too. So just a nice little assortment today. Hopefully the rain holds off, but I'm ready to get wet if I need to. So let's go catch some fish. Kind of have everything set. I'm gonna move out here. This is a little bit longer rod. One of the challenges with the water being a little stained is basically going to try to stay towards the side of the bank. I've got the brakes set pretty heavy on this right now. I just, again, because I had no idea what to expect. Looks like the spool's probably set pretty good. So let's back the brakes down a few clicks, see what happens. Wow, that was a nice cast. That was really smooth. So this is the Whopper Plopper 60. More of a true bait finesse size, probably 5 to 7 grams, something like that. So far, casting and reeling on the Tank 150. I'm probably just learning a little bit from all my previous new reels to keep the brakes a little higher, but I'm actually questioning if I need to even try to turn them lower than this. They're on about 8 right now out of 20. I can feel it with my thumb. I can feel the line just trying to pop up a little bit. So it's fluffing just a little bit, but the brakes are catching it. Can't necessarily see the holes, especially on a day like today with stained water. I can pick out the shallower areas. It's maybe a little less than a foot of visibility. Man, that was a long cast. And it's weird, because of the muddy water, it feels like a lot of this creek could be several feet deep. This little spot here could be my first real test. Actually, before I go up through there, I'm just going to cast up there. Yeah, I'm already at my knees. This feels like it just gets deeper, so I'm going to go up and around. Risk falling over, but also risk some poison ivy, I'm sure. But that is summer fishing in Pennsylvania. You're going to get some poison. Oh man. I think I have to go all the way up and around. Actually, I really didn't go that far on the trail because not too far up from where I was, the bank opened up a little bit, so I just figured I could fish a stretch here without having to wade through the rocky water. Ooh. Okay, well, I just had the first fish swipe at it. Again, I wasn't looking. I was already planning on where I was moving upstream, but something took a swipe at it there. Not sure if this is actually a couple of little pools up here in these rapids or if it's just a little shallow section, but I thought, well, maybe cast into each one of them a couple times. Right now this section is starting to feel more like the upper section already. We're a little bit more natural rocks. It's not the big man-made reinforcements. Okay, since conditions aren't exactly what I was expecting them to be, I've only had one fish even make a move at the top water. I'm going to switch over to the Hellgrammite and then sort of more methodically fish through here and just see if I can't pick up some fish, because based on what I'm seeing, if there are fish in here, and there are, they should be in sections like this. So I'm just going to switch presentations and assume that the top water isn't getting it done today. And actually, for anybody specifically interested in the Tank Mojo bass combo, this is a good test to see how it does with something a little bit more towards typical bait finesse weights. This is a 1/15 ounce, sort of my standard that I've been using the last couple months. So 1/15 ounce offset Ned. I'll tell you what, no adjustments, just the same thing I was using on the Whopper Plopper. Ooh. Okay, I turned the brakes down a little bit just to see what would happen. And got a pretty wicked backlash there. So this could be a nice set it and forget it type reel. It's supposed to have a version of the Daiwa Silver Creek braking system, which has been pretty dependable. And it also is one that I don't adjust a whole bunch. Nice thing about the Hellgrammite is a lot of times when they hit it, they hold on to it. Ooh, look at all the little ones. I assumed that everybody was a little bit older by now. They were hiding in the weeds. That was definitely a fish. Definitely a fish. Could have been a smallie, could have been a rock bass. Oh, I thought that was another one. There we go. There we go. Little smallmouth. Come on. Wasn't really anything to test the setup, but it's only been a few minutes since I switched over to the Hellgrammite, so nothing else. It's a vote of confidence that we should be fishing bottom and not on top today. So let's see if this hole is actually a hole, first of all. The second one might hold more fish. Ooh, that's a better fish. That's a better fish. That's a much better fish. Pretty sure it's a smallie. He's pulling like a smallie. Pretty quality fish. Oh man. Man, that's heavier than I thought it would be. Whew. Look at that one. Oh my gosh, is this a meaty fish. Definitely nice. Definitely a nice fish. I wonder if I can get a picture with the, I wonder if you'll behave for just a couple seconds. Can you behave for a couple seconds? If I get you in there, You behave for a couple seconds with the tank. Okay. Nice fish. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so this spot is definitely a little bit of a hole that we should continue to explore. I tell you what, that was a really nice fight. Come on, he's all tangled up in the line. Look at that fish. Man, he has been eaten. That's one of the heaviest smallmouths I've caught all year. There you go. Okay, you're good to go. It's just sitting at my feet right now. She's sliding back off. Whew. Okay. That was nice. So I've only made, set the rod down here. I've only made it about 20 yards upstream from where I switched to the Helgermite. I've got 3 fish out of this hole. It seems like it's fairly deep, so I'm just gonna keep fishing this for a little bit. Feels like rain's getting ready to hit me, but definitely I'm gonna fish this spot a little bit longer, and then same thing, we'll keep moving up. But you know, I think we just topwater wasn't getting it done today. So let's go see how many more we can catch. Okay, so far that's 3 fish on this setup. When I did the unboxing of this reel, I thought that maybe the drag was going to be a little obnoxious. But honestly, as you're fighting the fish, with maybe with all the line on there, whatever it is, it's really not excessively loud. Oh, look at the little ducks. Mama duck and the little babies. I'm going this way. I'll go around. You guys are really close to where I wanted to go, but I'll stay over here, okay? Yeah, I'll stay over here. And you guys stay back there. There you go. I'm kind of glad I switched to the Helgermite when I did, because it's basically been a long stretch of mostly rapids since. I'm trying to walk and talk with all these stones and keep an eye on the water for any possible holes. But so right now, I think I've been on the water about an hour and 45 minutes. Had that one really good spot. I think the lower section had more deep water. I do need to spend time on that before I call it a day. So I'm trying to work upstream to find one more decent sized pocket where maybe there's some smallies. And then I'll probably walk up, see if I can grab the trail and walk down to that lower section that I started with. So wish me luck on finding one more spot up here upstream. There could be one up in front of me, or it could just be another low run. But definitely put on some miles today. Just been sort of thrown into these slightly deeper looking runs, not because I think there's a great chance that there's a fish in there. You know, if I could pick up an extra fish or two, that would be fun, right? All right, little guy. Little guy. So puts up a little bit of a fight. There we go, number 4, I think. Yeah, he's little, but that's how the last hole started off too. So, just letting me know they're in there. That little eddy behind that rock feels like a great spot. Kind of feel like if they weren't there, they're not in that stretch. So, keep going upstream a little bit. Not much longer. Well, I got up around the bend, and as far as I could see, it was just riffles and rapids. Didn't look like any slow spots that I could pick out. So, probably would have taken me 20 to 30 minutes to travel that. in the stream bed. So I'm out here on there's a walking trail that goes beside this creek. It's really pretty. And basically I'm just trying to get back to the few holes that I was in before the Hellgrammite. Rain is definitely coming. So I'm going to try to fish those, see if I can avoid getting soaked today. And hopefully we can catch a few more. So I have no idea what these formations are. They almost look like little caves. It definitely looks like people take a trail up in there to see them. Maybe I'll come back to explore someday. But I've seen a few of them. And they're sort of cool looking. But I want to go catch some fish. Oh, there we go. I had a little bit of pressure on him and he jumped out of the water. Okay, so he was close. Well, you're a mean little guy. There we go. Get back in there before you break my rod. So he was definitely close to the bank too, which is what I was thinking when I was down here, is that they would probably be closer to the bank. Okay, I've got about half an hour left before I wanted to head home, and this stretch all has some pretty good depth to it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a spinnerbait on, and something bright colored, maybe a nice size yellow one, and I'm going to just see if I can pick up any smallies, or maybe grab one of those northerns, because I know they tend to like spinnerbaits, as I understand. So give me a couple minutes and I'll get a new lure tied on. Dadgummit. Switching over to the spinnerbait has been more of a adventure than I wanted it to be, for sure. So first I went to go tie on a big one, and as I was tying it on, the skirt fell off. Shows how long I've had that spinnerbait. And then I got this one tied on, and I cut the main line instead of the lead, instead of the tag when I went to go finish it. So this one is a double blade. It's a both a willow and a Colorado, so it's got a lot of flash and thump. And I think in these conditions, if a spinnerbait's going to catch something, this would be the one. And I've actually caught a good handful of smallies on this color and this particular bait, to be honest with you. I've had this one a while too. I think it's a War Eagle. I am keeping it up off the bottom a little bit, because in general I don't think that this water is very deep. And second, typically in a creek like this, if fish are going to hit a spinnerbait, they're just going to come up and smash it. They're not going to worry about whether it's 6 inches too high, and it's pretty much got to be above them versus below them if they're going to come after it. And tell you what, with that extra weight, this thing is like effortless to get across the creek. And like I said, oh, and it was a catfish. Oh my gosh, it was a catfish and it jumped. That's crazy. That was crazy. He's coming back. Yeah, he's really not that big of a catfish, but just on this little setup. Oh, come here. Oh, but he's fat. Oh my gosh. Oh, is that fun? can't even see where the hook is. Okay. Oh, I was just saying that, you know, it's okay if the bait's a little high in the water column for a spinner bait, because if a fish is going to hit it, he's just going to come up and smack it. Oh, that's exactly what this guy did. That's kind of crazy, wasn't it? Nice, you know, decent little channel catfish on the spinner. Hopefully we can get something else. The phone might be getting a little low on battery too, but I'm going to keep fishing maybe another 20 minutes or so. And if I record an outro that's not in this location, it's because the phone died. But that was, wow. And hopefully I got it on video, but man, he came way out of the water. So let's see if we can get some more unexpected surprises here. Ooh, this is something nice. This is something, I mean, that's, I mean, the way it's running, I'm thinking it's smallie, but it just stopped the lure. I thought I had a snag, literally. He's all over the place. Just another broad little smallie. Same thing, is really not that big. Well, he's not bad though. He's definitely not bad. Oh, he was hooked funny. That's why it was such a hard fight. Yeah, I'm coming. He must have swiped at it. He just hooked below the jaw. But another nice little creek smallie. It's fat. Boy, they're definitely feeding up at this point. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. There's still a bit of sun shining, but I've been out here for 3 hours. Legs are a little sore. It's been a tough ride, but the tank did amazingly well. It feels great. The rod actually doesn't have as much backbone as I thought it would, but it didn't have any problems. I mean, you know, there was a couple nice smallies, the catfish. So yeah, so far first time out, the Mojo bass and the Tank 150, definitely nice. I'll be taking them out probably on the next trip. So appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. Let's see. Coming down was one thing. Going up, something completely different. Let's go this way. Oh. Ooh. Oh man. I'm trying to use these roots for a little bit of extra grip to get up out of here. Might have been easier just to go back where I came in. Oh, there we go.